Hey guys, it's Andrea Rispoli or birdayy. Today I'm going to be doing a regular table deep-ante session. I'm just going to play 4 tables and it'll probably be a 2-parter. Some of them are short-handed, so hopefully we will have enough action. I was thinking about doing 6 tables, but I think if we play 4 with some of them being short-handed, that should be enough action. So with antes, I'm just going to be raising 100%. And also 5/8's kind of close here, but given we do have position, and with the antes, we'll definitely be peeling lighter, and we just have to fold this a bit. So it looks like we get table broke. I'll be raising pot blind versus blind because of the antes and because we are so deep. I also will be trying to play a bit tighter out of position and having slightly different 3-bet ranges. I will be having a flatting range, small blind versus button, given stack depth. And I think that's important. That's something you should definitely think about. So again, just going to be defending very wide, 10-7. I'm going to call once with the gutter. We also have the 10 of diamonds, which is nice. If we think about our range, it's going to be pretty polar on the turn, meaning like we have a lot of draws, and I'll probably be checking back some of my weaker king X, so I think we should be having a larger sizing here. And that's a pretty good river. I think you'd be check calling a lot of king X, and we'll be having some missed diamonds and missed clubs, so I'm actually going to overbet here and fold to a jam. So I assume he's a regular because he's supernova. Yeah, so we get a call. And just to see what he has. Yeah, so as suspected, he did have a weaker king, which he check called the turn with, which I think is fine. I think river depends on what he thinks of me. So hopefully we'll get someone to try and sit us heads up, because short-handed action is always fun. Queen 6. I think most Queen X suited will be raises, though I'm going to be a little bit tighter because we are so deep. And with an over backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, pretty easy c-bet in my opinion. That's definitely a turn we'll be barreling. As far as sizing goes, I think just a normal, maybe 3/4 pot bet is fine. And it's kind of nice blocking a queen, so we can't have queen jack. Yeah, we get a fold anyway. So against stronger players, I'd probably check back ace-8, but I perceive him to be weaker because he's showing his gold star. So I will just be betting. Jack deuce will be a fold versus squeeze, and this is one of the hands that's kind of nice to 3-bet in this scenario. It plays very well, even though we aren't too deep with this guy. This is a standard 3-bet anyway. So just going to 4-bet here, kind of big, so 14. We do get 4-bet. I think I'm just going to be flatting. This is one of the hands that I will 3-bet call with. We get a fold once we 4-bet kings. You do want to be a little bit tighter 4-betting. So, I mean, kings is obviously like still a good hand to 4-bet there, but against regulars, if they 5-bet, it's really not a situation to start getting in like 250 big blinds. You should definitely probably call. 10-9 is really awkward. I think with the backdoor flush draw, we kind of just have to side peel versus that sizing. and fold any turn unimproved. I could definitely persuaded to fold though on the flop. So ace jack I'm going to be flatting to keep the weaker player in. He leads, so obviously we just got a very easy call in my opinion. And 9-5 is a little bit too weak to peel. Yeah, I'm not going to bluff river. Okay, that's an interesting c-bet by him. I think it's pretty bad. So we'll just note that. That's a pretty bad river. I think I'm just going to end up checking and deciding. And with ace-3, I'm just going to keep betting my gut shot. It's pretty standard. So table breaks. I'm just going to pause the video and try to get some more tables running. Okay, so I got some more tables. I couldn't really get a lot of people to play me, so I had to add a 25 NL table. I'll try and get I'm on all 50 waitlists, so hopefully we'll be able to get some action. That's one of the annoying parts about regular tables. They're just always breaking. It's one of the reasons I like playing Zoom. But I still think playing deep-ante will make you a lot better and will give you a really big edge in Zoom. I think I mentioned it in some of my other videos, so yeah, I think it's pretty important to get good deep. Okay, so we've got another table. Let's stay aside. Queen 9, I'm just gonna give up. I mean, we have a shred of showdown value. Okay, got kind of owned there. That's fine. I'm just going to be raising 2.4-ish, because that's how I've got my mouse set up. As I mentioned previously, blind versus blind, I will just be clicking the pot button. You probably don't need to at 25 and 50 NL, to be honest, because I don't think people will adjust correctly. But in theory, you should be opening a tighter range, and therefore have a larger sizing. Okay, that's cool. So we've got 4 tables running, which is nice. So we get 3-bet here. Easy call in my opinion. And I think Queen 9's close. I'm just going to err on the side of caution there. Queen 7 standard overcall. I'm just going to call versus a bet with ace jack. It's a decent turn. I think I'm just going to check back and then bet river for value. Or call a bet. Yeah. Okay, so he had ace 10. So there's one of the few worst hands that will be calling the turn. I went big with Queen 7 because our hand needs a decent amount of protection. And when they both check back, I expect us to just have pretty much the nuts there. I know some guys do have a limping range in the ante games. I would suggest not having a limping range blind versus blind below 100 NL because of the rake. You'll just be paying so much. So 10s, I'm just going to easy isolation. He calls. Just going to start bombing away pretty much. King, Queen. That's not a great river. I'm just going to bet fold pretty small. I don't expect him to get raised as a bluff too often, and okay, that's fine. And King Queen, that's one of the few turns that I will be delay c-betting. So 10's easy call on the flop. King Queen, we are 100 big blinds deep. So I will be doing, and we pick up a double gutter, so we'll just be calling again. That's an interesting river. I think I'm just gonna play vacuumy and just lead it. We have a lot of 10s in our range, so if we do decide to like check call the turn with some say ace-x of clubs combos, well, we want to lead this river as a bluff, so I think it's good to have a leading range on this river. And I'm not going to be too concerned about balancing it at these stakes. We get check to Queen 9, I'm just going to stab. I don't really expect people to be protecting their checking ranges very well. We see a limp, so easy tag as a fish. Top up here, so we can cover everyone. Ace-5's close, I'm just going to isolate. These games seem to be pretty juicy. So if you know what you're doing deep, you should probably play them. King's just going to 3-bet. And just going to fold ace-5 versus a re-ISO. 10-8 with the antes, I'm going to defend, especially since he's a weaker player. I think I'll be able to make enough money post-flop versus him that it should be fine. And with the bad end to the gutter and a flush draw, it's just a pretty easy fold in my opinion. Please don't break. This guy's alright. King 9 easy open. Deuce 3 is close. With the antes, I am gonna flat. Could also 3-bet. The rake might make this a 3-bet or a fold. It's a good turn. Just get another table going on the side in case one breaks. Ace King I'm going to flat because there's two weaker players behind who I want in the pot. I think Ace King suited I would start 3-betting for value. But it plays pretty well multi-way. We'll call with a lot of dominated stuff. So. I think I'm just going to be checking back here. We can't really value bet. And just seeing how many tables people are playing. This guy seems to be a regular. Just going to check again. Defend a7. And hopefully he's got the showdown. Okay, got another one here. Sorry about the tables breaking, guys. It's pretty annoying. And I'm just going to fold river. I think we can value bet a7. We're gonna have some random airballs that want to be able to bet the river, and I think he would bet most pairs like 8s on the turn for protection, so that's fine. As for me, I've just been grinding more 100 zoom. It's been going pretty well. I don't have a ginormous sample, but I think I have enough where I should probably start to be thinking about shotting 200 zoom, which would be fun. So Jack had overcalled, which is close, but I think it's okay given we have position on the fish and, again, the antes. Ace King, I am just going to 3-bet in these positions. Sizing wise, I don't think it matters too much given he isn't too deep. Yeah, 3-betting in position can make people's lives hell at these stakes. Like at ante games, you can just 3-bet stuff like that flops well, like 7-9 suited, possibly some ace-x suited. You want to look for stuff that can flop nut potential. Ace-10 here. It's a little bit short. I still think I'm going to be flatting though. I don't really want to rip for 50 bigs. I think it plays okay as a flat. And yeah, I just have to fold versus that. Standard stuff. It's going to check deuce 5 and check call flop. When you think about leading ranges, you shouldn't really be leading the middle of your range. You should generally lead either the top or the bottom. So stuff that can't check call, like maybe betting, like leading out with some gutters. There is a case for betting for protection, but it plays a little bit better as a check. There's a lot of limping going on in these games. I'm going to bluff river with 10 high. Yeah. He seems to be kind of fit or fold post, even though he's very loose, so I think when he checks twice, we just have like the go ahead to be able to start betting whatever we have if we don't think it has showdown value. 10-6. He seems really colly, so I'm going to limp here because I just want to get into a pot with him. And if he is so fit and fold, we can just make a c-bet and he'll just be folding like a lot. Yeah. That's what I expected. I actually tried making this video earlier, but the games just weren't running. It was really annoying. It seems I only run later in the day. At least because I'm in Australia, so the time zones aren't very good. I think with 3 to a straight and 10 of clubs, we can make a float here. And if he checks the turn, I'm just going to be betting twice. If he bets, I'm probably just going to be folding. And continue on some clubs and stuff. King deuce, easy defend, decent flop for us. Don't see any reason to have a raising range here, so I will just be calling with my whole continuing range. Queen Jack, I think, is a bit too weak to float. Again, I'm just going to check back. I don't really see what worse we're going to be getting called by. River's going to be annoying if he bets, but I think we just have an easy check back. Okay, so we can note that he bet, check, check. Ace 3 off, ace king 7, 8 4, BBB. You can't see the note because the HUD's covering it, but I basically wrote what I said. So we see a guy with a mobile player, so we can just tag him as a weaker player. A lot of people think with deep ante that it's going to be really high variance, but because you are going to be pot controlling a lot more, you actually tend not to get into many huge pots against, at least versus regulars. The only time you get into them are like really cooler situations like flush over flush, set over set, etc. So the average pot size can actually, you tend not to start spewing in stacks. So this table breaking. I'm going to defend king queen. It's not ideal. That's a really good board for our range, so it's weird that he's betting. With the king of clubs, I'm actually just going to check raise. He shouldn't really be betting too much here. All sets he shouldn't. With a queen, which is nice. I check call flop with queen 8, and I'll probably check fold that river. I'm checking close my entire range on that turn. That table breaks. Okay, so this is just awful. Like, if you think about my raising range here, it's going to be a lot of, like, sets, two pairs, etc. And if he's, like, shoving it over here, like, it's just so bad because I can just play perfectly in my range. Like, I can fold this bluff and then call, like, queen jacks, flop straights, two pairs plus. So that's just really bad. Just shoving in 200 bigs there. See if this guy's a good player. It's realist, so I'm just going to assume he's weaker for now. I'm just going to go bet, check, I think. I think that's okay. Yeah, so he hasn't topped up, so we can assume he's weaker. And he's limped. 7's easy ISO heads up. And on that board, I'm going to start off with check and hope to get to showdown. If he checks back turn, I think I'm going to just min that river for value. Okay, so we checked ace deuce twice, so we can note that. Deuce eight close, so I'm just going to fold. So blunt value betting very thin down here. See in 3 bets, just got a call with whatever we raise with. It's a decent flop. I'll probably just be calling now. Decent turn. We get squeezed with ace 10. He rips, snap call. Seems tight over a small sample, so I'm just going to fold. If he was deeper, I'd probably flat, because he does play pretty well deep. Try and get another table running. It's really annoying. If you hadn't noticed. Jack 10, just gonna overcall. So easy check call on the flop. I expect the reg to shut down fairly often when this turn comes, so if he does bet, I think we can just fold. 6 is interesting. I don't expect the reg to have many 6s to bet the flop with. So it's pretty much going to depend on this guy's sizing. This is really awkward. He does seem really passive pre, so I'm just going to give him the respect and make a tight fold here. Sometimes country reads can come into it. Germans are kind of... Okay, so he made a good fold. Get another table going. So with the 9 we turn a gutter, so I'm just going to bet. This was a limped pot, if you're wondering how I got here. And that's a good river. I'm just going to be betting pretty straightforward for value. Big. Hope to get looked up by a 4. Interesting. I'm going to make a 13 and fold to a re-raise. Cool. That never happens at my normal stakes. So he raised called with a 4. versus regulars, there's just no point in 3-betting the river there because you're just never going to get called by worse. But these guys are just a bit silly. And normally versus a Reiki I would check, but I'm just going to bet for value versus a fish. And I'm going to check call turn. And bet fold river. Though it gets kind of dicey if he starts raising 9x because he raised last hand. Probably find a call if he min raises, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Given last hand's history, I don't see how he can fold. If you guys want to give me feedback as to whether 4 tables is enough, I was thinking about doing 6, but some guys have said that the 3-tabling Zoom can get a bit hectic, so I wanted to maybe play a little bit less, try and get some short-handed tables going, which are proving difficult, and go into spots in a bit more detail. Top pair versus a weaker player, I'm just going to start betting. Deuces is actually pretty marginal, but I think with 2 weaker players behind, I'm just going to bet. King Queen, just going to keep betting big for value. That's a river. I'm going to check back. It's too thin to bet. If he leads, I'm probably just going to fold. Ugh. It's gross. Let's see. Yeah, just gonna make a tight fold. I just want some more rids before I start heroing. It's not even really a hero call, but I think he's just gonna play very face up for the most part. So probably plays ace-8 hand, and then I'll stop part 1 and start part 2. That kind of room things. 4-3 is one of the hands that I will be leading here. It's just too weak to check call. And 7-6 I will play as a 3-bet. And when called, I'm just going to give up. Hopefully he has ace-9. So we get called with 7-6. I'm going to... This is really interesting as to whether I should bet or check. I think I'm just going to start by betting. I can turn my hand into a bluff, and we've just got so much equity versus whatever he calls with. I think some of my stronger 6x I could be checking back. It's a really interesting spot, actually. Check back turn, and that's a really good river. Probably going to shove if he bets, to be honest. King 9 I'm going to flat in position, and ace 8 I'm just going to fold. With 2 wicked players behind, I just want to get into as many pots as possible with them. Yeah, I'm just going to jam for value. It looks kind of bluffy, like there's really not that much I can wrap. And he shouldn't really have any 8-9 combos unless he has the heart combos, so I'm just going to jam for value. It's a pretty disconnected board, to be honest. And awaiting his reply, I will pause the video. Okay, so we get a fold. Alright, so I'll be back with part 2 in a sec, guys.